let's start off just with transfer news. Anything else happening before the weekend, or is that it for now?
It's probably unlikely before the weekend, but you never say never. We're quite far down the line with one, hopefully, but whether it gets done in time, we'll wait and see. But I'm reasonably confident that the one we're sort of close with now will definitely be done, ready for Tuesday.
And is that another attacker you wanted, or is that your defender?
No, it's an attacking one. But obviously we are mindful now with obviously the shortage that we've got in that defensive area that we'll probably have to bring one in.
On Cambridge, is it the best time to play them after they've had two tough cup games in the past 7 days?
Possibly, but like I say, they might be thinking the same about us in terms of obviously playing second in the league and fourth in the league as it was at the time. Obviously a tough away game for ourselves on Tuesday. Who knows? Obviously, they'll be delighted the way things have gone for them over the last couple of games, and they progressed in both cup competitions, which has been great for the club. Mark's done a great job down there, and they'll come here. They'll be very, very tough to beat, and if we're going to get the 3 points, we're going to need a similar sort of performance we've done in the last 2 games.
And how important is it your side don't become complacent just because they've beaten two of the better sides in the division, that they don't then think it's going to be easy against the team in and around you?
Yeah, I'll be terribly frustrated and angry if that is the case. All my sort of language and the way I've sort of been approaching the last 24, 48 hours after Sunderland is pretty much, those thoughts, Rob, making sure that, we're in the same place from a mindset point of view as we were in the last 2 games. And, if anything, it's almost a bigger game than those 2 were. One is at home, and we want to try and put another good performance like we did at home against Oxford. But 2, more importantly, the reality is we're still where we are, and until I feel that we can start looking upwards rather than looking what's behind us, that will be our mentality.
A win tomorrow could see you go into the next group of teams, couldn't it, in that almost 12th to 15th gap? How important is that just from a mentality point of view to be thinking, right, we're into the next set of teams rather than those in the bottom?
Yeah, it's huge, and especially with the amount of games that we've got left. What is it, 22 at the minute? I think going into this really, really busy period, and if you look at February as an example, as a minute, we've got 7 games in February. That's a massive opportunity if we're able to put ourselves in a position to try and kick on and try and climb the league as much as we possibly can. But for that to happen, we still have to pick up points between now and the end of January, and obviously between Cambridge, Rotherham, Plymouth and Burton, there's opportunities there to pick up some points. So we've got some really tough games, and they're all tough. But the conference in the group at the minute after the last 2 results is pretty good.
Anthony Scully, has he recovered from that bit of a knocky, or the reaction that he picked up for his injury?
He's 50-50 for tomorrow. He hasn't trained since last Saturday, so we're hoping he can do a little bit on the grass today and be available for tomorrow. I'll know more a little bit. I probably really won't know the answer to that question until tomorrow morning, because hopefully he can do a bit with us tomorrow and with today. And as long as he doesn't get a reaction, we'll take it from there.
And Lewis Montsma, any update on him?
Yeah, not great. He's done his ACL. He'll be out for probably a minimum of 9 months.
That's such a blow for you and for him, isn't it, to have one of the more serious injuries you can get in professional football?
Yes, it is. It's a big blow for the lad. He was in such a good place, as you know, playing really well. In fact, he's done fantastically well since he's been at the football club this year and last year. The one thing I would say is he is a strong-minded individual. He's had an ACL before on his other leg, So he knows what it's like. He knows what it's like to be out for a period of time. He's got that mentality to come back from this type of injury. And I've got absolutely no doubts whatsoever that will be the case as well this time round. We'll give him the support from a physical and mental point of view for as much as he possibly can. And the good thing as well is that, in someone like myself, he's got a manager that's been there, sort of done it when it comes to injuries. So, I can try and help him through that period as best I possibly can.
And how important will Lewis's teammates be in that spell as well to keep behind him and to keep his spirits up?
Yeah, massively important. I mean, obviously, clearly he's living over there, his family in Holland, and it's hard enough, that situation when you're playing well and everything's going well for you, but it's obviously more difficult, doubly difficult when you're injured. So he has got new friends over here. His teammates are vitally important, like you just said, and I think the way we sort of go about our business and the tightness of the group will certainly be needed.